Hello there. You're listening to the Box Office Show. I'm Ryan Hill.
And I'm Dylan Johnson. Today we're going to be talking about the box office numbers from last weekend and our box office predictions for this upcoming weekend.
We'll also be taking a look back at last year's cinema offerings in order to give our lists, finally, our top 10 best films of 2025. Start out with a little bit of news, a little peek at what is coming in the awards season. BAFTAs just happened, and let me tell you, things are still shaken up in a few of the categories, which is exciting to see. So particularly in the supporting actor and actress roles, the past 3 award shows, we've all had different winners. For BAFTA, awesome. It was Wunmi Mosaku. And so she just won supporting actress. It was Amy Madigan for Critics' Choice, and then Teyana Taylor for the Golden Globes. So 3 different winners there. And then Sean Penn won the BAFTA.
Back in the game.
He's back in it for sure. He was the one that you called out from way back when. You were like, this guy.
This is true. Now not so strong, but I did call him out a long time ago.
So it seemed like he had fallen out of favor. He was out of the race, but now he's back in it. So Jacob Elordi, who won Critics' Choice, and Stellan Skarsgård, who just won the Golden Globes, they are now all competing. We still got SAG to see if there's going to be a bigger shakeup, which I hope it happens. I hope someone from Sentimental Value wins in supporting actress for SAG, although I don't even know if they got nominated there at SAG, right?
You know what? Let me Google it.
Underperformed at SAG, I think, for an odd reason. I don't really know why that happened, but
it did not perform at all at the BAFTAs, I think, because they didn't include. It was the BAFTAs that didn't.
They were eligible at BAFTAs, and they won the.
So then maybe it was SAG, because I think maybe SAG did not include foreign.
Yeah, SAG is just weird with non-English anything.
Let me look.
But Sean Penn. Now back in the race. I hope Benicio del Toro wins SAG so that we can just.
Okay, they're not going to win SAG because they do not appear in SAG at all because they do not nominate.
So who else? Who's in SAG? We got Ariana Grande. Is she in there?
For a female actress supporting role, it's Odessa Azayan for Marty Supreme, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners, and Teyana Taylor for One Battle.
Okay, so I hope.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Odessa Azayan wins? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Ariana Grande. The Ariana Grande one would be even funnier because then that's just.
I think Teyana Taylor takes that one specifically.
Yeah, but I would love just to be a complete shakeup all around.
Yeah.
We did have at the BAFTA Jessie Buckley won for Hamnet, so again, she's got that locked up. I mean, that is that's a done deal. But leading actor, could this also be a toss-up still? Because it did not go to Timothée Chalamet. It did not go to Leo. It didn't go to Jesse Plemons, Michael B. Jordan. Instead, it went to Robert Aramayo.
It's the BAFTAs.
Who that gentleman is?
It's a British movie. It's called I Swear. It's the BAFTAs. They're going to give it to a British actor. They always have the weird ones,
odd little things like that, which I like. I think it's cool that they can shake things up. But yeah, so hopefully SAG, which again last year Timmy won SAG, which was the only one that Adrian Brody lost. So maybe this year it won't be Timmy; it'll go to somebody else, which would be exciting. Again, I'm hoping we continue to have
Michael B. Jordan win at SAG would be huge.
That would be crazy.
Would be awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, right now the number 2 is Leo. I don't see anyone. If it's not going to be Leo, then I don't know. How someone other than Timothée Chalamet would win it. But yeah, is Jesse Plemons in SAG?
Yes, because Wagner Moura can't be. He's probably the only reason.
What's going on with that? So maybe Plemons wins. That would be again that would bode well for Timothée Chalamet, I guess, because people that can't beat him for the Oscars are winning these other awards. But that'd be cool. Plemons getting his flowers a little bit.
I guess it's just I don't know why it wasn't. I, I can't say I don't know why it wasn't nominated for the Oscar. All the five Oscar nominees for Best Actor are really good performances. So
Yeah,
that's just tough. Tough year. Had it been the year before, I think he would have gotten in.
it is. It's
Tough
been a
year.
stacked year in a lot of these categories. But yeah, definitely leading
Yeah.
actor. It's been
A lot of really
really,
good
really tough.
performances all around. A lot of good
So
ensembles.
we'll see how that continues to shake out. Again, SAG, as far as acting categories, is the biggest one yet to come, and then the Oscars right around the corner. So we'll factor that into our final predictions when we do that show. But yeah, it's a fun award season. Like, I'm liking this. Like, some things are kind of set in stone, but who doesn't want to see PTA get an Oscar, right? Seems like Kugler is also going to get an Oscar for writing. So it's
That'd
like
be cool.
good things are happening. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's winning. There's still some categories up in the air, but whoever wins is going to be great. So
Yeah.
I'm liking this award season for sure.
Sure. Let's do our box office breakdown for February 13th to the 15th. In first place, Emerald Fennell's new Wuthering Heights adaptation made $32 million in the Valentine's Day weekend. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Definitely very solid. Although I think a little bit under expectations. Whereas our number two, Goat, was way above expectations.
Yeah, exceeded mine
So
for
our
sure.
predictions, it made 27 million. It was within striking distance of
Yeah.
Wuthering Heights. I mean, that's insane.
Good for them, especially with Zootopia 2 still out there, killing it. In third place, Chris Hemsworth's Crime 101, also higher than what I had expected, made 14 million.
Mm-hmm. Send Help, still doing well for itself, 8.8 million.
Solo Mio with 6.3 million.
Zootopia 2, 3.8 million.
Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, the new Gore Verbinski movie, 3.6 million.
Pretty low on the list, unfortunately, in its debut. Avatar Fire and Ash with 3.5 million.
Iron Lung with 3.3 million, bringing its domestic total to 34 million.
So huge profits on that one. And then rounding out the top 10, we have Dracula for box office predictions, February 20th to 22nd. A lot of big new contenders. So we're going to see a lot of holdovers fighting it out for the top spot. How to Make a Killing, starring Glenn Powell, is releasing, though. Where do you think that one's going to land? Will it make a killing?
It's got star power. It's got star power, but it just is. It's going to get buried in this weekend with all these movies that are still doing good. Because Wuthering Heights is probably going to make like 15 to 17 million. Goat is probably going to do the same. Crime 101 is probably going to make like 8. I think How to Make a Killing is unfortunately going to get buried. It's another A24 movie that just got slopped into February and it didn't have that much advertising. So I'm giving it like less than 10.
Dang. I'll probably give it 8 million. I don't think it'll be number one.
I agree.
But we'll see where it gets. But yeah, not anticipating a double digit, but yeah. All right, let's now dive into our main topic, our top 10 favorite films of the year. So our annual venture to look back and rank the films that we have seen, try and establish our list of the greats, the ones that people should watch. If all the other films in the year got deleted, these are the ones that we would protect. We would make sure live on so that they could be seen by us and by others. So was it hard whittling down all the viewings you did in 2025 of the new releases to this list of 10?
I wouldn't say it was too difficult. I think I've had harder years for sure. I think last year was a little bit trickier just because a lot of the movies were of like, there wasn't like a huge standout to me too much, but there were a lot of like really, really strong contenders. Like I really liked Nora and I really liked More of a Snail, but a lot of them were of like similar, like good quality. Like if I ranked them, those two would probably be the only two 5 stars and everything else would be like 4.5 and very close 4.5. So like, that was a little bit of a tough one once I got past those first 2 picks to like really line it up. This year was a little bit easier. I always do a thing where when I watch a new movie, I'll add it to my ranking and I'll just float it in so I know where it goes. And then I'll just adjust it as the year goes on, as I think about it more, as I rewatch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this year was very easy to decide which ones I liked more than which ones, and then line them up and stack them. And no, I didn't think I had too much trouble. What about you? I also, we'll get into this in a second, but I had a bad year for watching movies. I missed many, many, many. So
Yeah.
we'll get into that in a second. But what about you? Easy, hard?
So I thought this year was a cut above the one last year for sure. So
I think I would agree. Yes.
yeah, there's definitely a lot more films that
In
I
terms
was
of
like
quality, yeah.
trying to find if I could fit them into this list because I liked a lot of them. I don't want to leave a few out, but then also just the general rankings. Like last year, I didn't have officially a 5-star film, even though Dune Part 2 will eventually reach 5-star, I'm sure.
I can't
But
believe you didn't give Dune Part 2 a 5-star.
I love it, but I mean,
Did you give Dune Part 1 a 5-star?
didn't quite get there. No, not initially either. That one was a
Okay.
4.5. But that one has since, again, I think risen to 5 stars.
It's crazy.
And then Dune Part 2, again, will eventually get to 5 stars. I'm sure I'll do a rewatch and prep for Dune Part 3, and it'll get there. There's just some things. Again, why did the Batista Brolin battle, why was it so quick? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Could I hype that up way more? But yeah, so I'm like, that was my number one. And again, it will get 5-star, I'm sure, over a few rewatches. But even right then, I was like, nah, it's not quite 5 stars. But here, we got a couple of 5-star films. And then we got a lot more 4.5s as well. There's only a few last year. So definitely just in general, I think I had a lot more films that were more highly rated. I enjoyed a lot more. I was more passionate about. So that alone, I think, made it a little bit tougher of a list to rank. But yeah, I'm very satisfied with where I landed. So even though there were kind of like you, I mean, last year we thought it was difficult to try and nail down on these final films that we wanted to watch in order to make our list. This year, I just made peace. I'm like, there's
I made peace.
films I'm
100%.
missing, and so we'll do an update, I guess, after the Oscars if we get to see a few of them. But
I think that'd be a great idea because I would love to rehash my top 10 because I can name like 4 movies that I need to watch that I guarantee would be in the top 10 if I watched them. It's
so
unfortunate.
you want to go through those now?
Yes, please. I did
So
not.
here's
My biggest crime of last year is I have still not seen Hamnet.
wow.
It's a tragedy. I did not have time this week. I tried really, really hard. I was going to rent it, but it was $20, and I didn't want to pay $20. And I was gonna go to the theater, but I couldn't find the time. I literally, it's devastating. It's devastating. It's devastating. It's devastating.
Wow.
Number 2, I did not see The Secret Agent. Also devastating. I'm usually up on my game on foreign films, but I missed The Secret Agent and Surat, and it's devastating because I wanted to see both of those, and I think both of those could make the top 10. And then the last one I think would absolutely make the top 10, which I started, but I didn't finish, and I was just too lazy to do it this week because I'm an idiot, is Nouvelle Vague.
No,
I
where
started
was
it.
that? It was
It was on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
It's a Netflix movie, and I was really, really, really enjoying it. And I watched half of it, and then it was like 1 a.m. and I need to go to bed, and I didn't pick it up. And I blame Netflix. I blame Netflix for not putting it in theaters. I blame for not having a theatrical distribution. If it was in the theaters, I would have watched the whole thing, start to finish. I would have loved it. But it was fantastic. The parts that I watched, and I need to finish it. Absolutely incredible. I also missed Anemone, so I did not see Daniel Day Lewis's return to the screen, which is
Tragic.
upsetting. I did not see Die My Love, so I did not see Jennifer Lawrence's wonderful performance, as you say. I did not see Sound of Falling or The History of Sound.
Right.
And I also did not see The Mastermind, which I really wanted to see because I like Josh O'Connor. Those are the movies that I missed. And I didn't see Left-Handed Girl, which I wanted to watch.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, quite a few in there. I'll co-sign Nouvelle Vague. I didn't know it was on Netflix.
It's a Netflix
I don't know
movie.
much, but yeah.
Oh,
I definitely would've wanted to see
the Blue Moon, the other Richard Linklater. I didn't see that either. I didn't see finish either of his movies, which is devastating.
Tragic.
Which I need to see Blue Moon before the Oscars because I want to see if I
Yeah,
should
for
root for
Ethan
Ethan
Hawke.
Hawke. Yeah,
for sure.
All right, go ahead.
Wow. So yeah, that's tough. Surat, again, same thing. It's just impossible. Maybe they put it
Yeah,
for
it's
1
tough.
week, maybe, but I'm looking, and I think it's actually really getting released here in I think March near the Oscars. So you and I should try and go out and watch that.
Yeah.
But The Phoenician Scheme, Wes
Oof,
Anderson.
big
Did you
toughie.
watch that? Well,
Yes, I
actually, I
did.
won't hear. Let me not try and spoil the list or anything. But
Sorry.
I will say
Yeah,
my streak of still not watching a single Wes Anderson film in theaters continues. Even
God
though
dang
every
it.
time I'm like, I'm gonna watch it, I'll get there, I'll try and
I
see
can't
it.
believe you didn't even watch
Didn't work out.
Fantastic Mr. Fox when we were kids in theaters.
No. Yeah,
That's
just didn't happen.
crazy.
So, what film will break the trend? Who knows? But I still didn't even watch it. Didn't even get the chance to, which is unfortunate. The biggest one for me though is going to be Sentimental Value. Like
You haven't
everything
seen
I've
it?
heard, I would try to
Oh,
watch it in theaters. It's not even out. It may be on
devastating.
uh, some PVOD, but I don't even think so. I was
That's your
looking around,
biggest sin. Yeah. Mine is Hamnet, yours is Sentimental
and
Value.
it's like almost without a doubt it would be top 10.
Yeah,
Could
100% it would.
be like top 5, maybe angling for I don't know about top 1. We'll see.
What
But
hurts me is Hamnet could have been top one. Like, I have no idea. I haven't seen it. I've just heard so
yeah.
many great things. It could have been number one for me, and I still didn't see it.
So I'm hoping because they are doing, and here's maybe you can wait for this. The Regal they've been doing their every month they're releasing a bunch of films,
Yeah.
and they do this anyway. But right before the Oscars, they're gonna have the 2 weeks of playing all the Oscar films.
Yeah.
So all Best Picture nominees will get played, and then a couple other random ones in there. So
Possibly the foreign films.
Hamnet will be in there. Sentimental
dude.
Value will be in there.
I need to rewatch Sentimental Value because of my viewing experience.
So I want to go in and watch Sentimental Value during that,
Yeah.
and then hopefully that'll clear up all the remaining films that I needed to watch, and then just for the Oscar predictions alone, I need to be able to comment on my boy Stellan Skarsgård. But yeah, it's just so painful. I can't believe it. So Sentimental Value is the one that got away. Let's start diving into our list. Now, do we want to save our honorable mentions towards the end?
Yeah, I think so.
Not
No spoilers.
because you always like to try and guess the number one.
I do. I do like to try and guess. I have a pretty good idea of what it's going to be. I'm not going to lie. But we'll see.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So you want to start us off with your number 10?
Yes. My number 10 is If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Okay.
Really liked
Rose
it.
Byrne.
Really, really liked it. Loved Rose Byrne's performance. So glad she's nominated. She's incredible in this movie. I like that her presence in the film is not one that is like super highly energetic, like Adam Sandler and Uncut Gems or anything like that, or Timothy in Marty Supreme. It's more like frustrated and like subdued, but like trying to just roll with the punches, but just getting punched so many times. It's a really, really good performance. It's a really good performance piece. I love that you don't see the daughter at all until the end. I think it's a really, really, really strong choice.
Agreed.
I think there's like very anxiety inducing, like very much of a slow burn, but the burn keeps getting hotter and hotter as the movie goes on, which is really great. And I relate to like the stories of somebody who is like being pushed into the corner and getting just pounded on over and over again without any help, and like is like actively drowning and trying to breathe, and also just like helping other people and not doing anything for themselves. I relate to it so strongly, just seeing this character go through what she goes through. I think it's incredible. I think it's wonderful. I loved it.
All right. Great pick. My number 10 is Sovereign, as in Sovereign Citizen. The Sovereign Citizens?
Oh, is this the Nick Offerman movie?
It's the Nick Offerman movie. Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't see this one. Was it good?
This was
Well,
a smaller
apparently it
one
was.
that I caught just this past week because back when it was coming out, I saw the trailer. Again, I've always known of the
Yeah.
Sovereign Citizen stuff. And so I'm like, oh, this is an interesting premise.
It
I
seemed
wanted
cool.
to watch
Yeah.
it. And then I was able to this past week. And surprisingly, it really hit. It really connected.
Hey,
So
that's
it's
awesome.
sort of this slow but very steady film that focuses more on Jacob Tremblay. He's like the other star of this. It's Nick Offerman being the father who's raising and also indoctrinating his teenage son into this sovereign citizen movement.
Mm.
And a lot of it relies on Tremblay's performance. A lot of it's unspoken, a lot of it's just on his face. And you see him, on one hand, be very proud of his father because he's going along with him on these speaking engagements. Nick Offerman's character is speaking to all these sovereign citizen types, and he's got all this knowledge
Mhm.
about the fake legal loopholes and whatnot, and so they're all eating out the palm of
Yeah.
his hand, and so Tremblay's like watching that and it's like, oh, like look at my dad, he's like so great. But then on the other hand, being so embarrassed and disappointed in him because he gets stopped by police officers and then he's trying to wiggle his way out of it by saying, "Sir, I'm not driving, I'm traveling." And that is a legal distinction. And I also don't have a contract with the state, so you can't like hold me to your laws or whatever. And then obviously that ending in him getting pulled out of the vehicle and arrested and everything. So it's like the two sides of it of this kid who's homeschooled, has no like social life at all. So he's like longingly looking at his pretty neighbor that he's never going to get to interact with, all these other kids his age that he wants to hang out with but can't because his dad would get mad. So it's like all he knows is his father, who on one hand is like his hero, but then also he's like the biggest loser of all time. Um, and so it's just an interesting dynamic that they have there that slowly plays out through the film. And yeah, it does a very good job of evoking sympathy and wanting to see this kid spread his wings and like get out of this movement, but not gonna happen. So yeah, definitely a great little indie film, small, but it packs a punch. So go ahead and
Mhm.
watch it. Again, Nick Offerman is great in it. You definitely like you could just see him nailing this part from the get go.
Yeah.
So yeah, he definitely delivers there. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Give it a watch.
I will for sure. My number 9 is Train Dreams.
Okay,
Were you able to watch Train Dreams?
no comment.
All right. All right. No comment. No comment. He's not going to put a comment down. Okay. I really liked it. It was definitely a little slow, but I think Joel Edgerton is incredible in it, and I think it's a shame that he wasn't nominated for this role. I think definitely he should have made that top 5. I don't know who I
Stacked
would have kicked
year.
off,
It's a
but
tough year,
it's
man.
a very stacked year, very tough year for the best actor race. But he's fantastic in this. It's a very beautiful, quiet film about just a simple man trying to live a simple life and take care of his family. And at moments, it's like devastating. The tragedy that he goes through, the loss that he goes through, without spoiling anything. The like quiet reservation that he has, and the dedication to just keep going. This is another story of just a character, like a character piece of someone who is giving everything that they have to do the best that they can to help others. And I think I really like those kinds of stories of these people who just care a lot. And then the way that's shot, again, beautiful, looks incredible. One of,
Mhm.
if not the best shot movies of
It
the
did
year.
get cinematography, right? The
Yes, it did,
nomination.
absolutely, and it absolutely deserves it. And the end made me tear up quite a bit. I think the way that it ends is very solemn and peaceful, and I like that the character finds a way to accepting the life that he's lived and the place in that life. And I just really enjoyed it. I guess it was just very, very. It hit at the right time. I watched at the right moment in the day, in the week, whatever it was. It was just very peaceful and relaxing, and it was beautiful. The imagery was beautiful. The philosophy was beautiful, and the character himself is like a very well written, very well rounded character that has like a lot of, you can just like feel through Joel Edgerton's performance like a lot of depth and like emotion to his character that is just buried underneath this very simple human being who just is just trying to do the best he can. And I think that's a wonderful like performance trick that he's done.
All right, lovely. So my number 9 is Marty Supreme.
Wow.
Dream big, and market
Kind of
bigger.
low. Not gonna lie.
What they did. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think maybe low, maybe not. I don't know. It's nothing revolutionary, I thought, but it has a lot of personality. It's very much not about the ping pong and instead about,
True.
you know, this anxiety riddled hunt for money to be able to get to
Yeah.
Tokyo to play ping pong. So,
He's a
it's there.
hustler.
It's at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, it's a lot of scheming, a lot of hustling on the streets of New York. So definitely a Safdie special there. A lot of crazy cameos from non-actors that get big parts of this. I mean, Tyler the Creator,
Mhm.
Penn Jillette in a very unrecognizable part, And we
Yeah.
have Mr. Wonderful himself,
Bizarre
who
choice.
very bizarre, but a very good one as well.
It
He
worked.
works.
It
Yeah.
did work. Be
But
bizarre.
the star of the show, of course, is Timothy Chalamet, who I think gives a
DVD.
fantastic performance. I mean, it's all hinging on him, and he's this loud, brash, arrogant guy. He's on a mission. He's a total dick. Like he's unlikable,
Yeah.
but he's always interesting. He's always magnetic, right? You're always keeping your eye on him, and so definitely a well-deserved, uh, ascent to possible Oscar victory for him here. So yeah,
Yeah.
Marty Supreme, my number 9.
Marty Supreme. Dream big. My number 8 is It Was Just an Accident.
Okay.
I was able to catch this one last minute, kind of. I watched it like 2-ish weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
In
It's
theaters or on
no, I
like
watched
catch
it at
it?
home. I had to rent it, but worth it because it is killer. It is awesome. I've been
Had you
getting
seen
into Iranian filmmaking a little bit more.
Panahi before? You saw his earlier
No,
stuff?
I haven't seen any of his movies before, but I watched, Seed of the Sacred Fig a few years ago, and I've seen a lot of what's his name's films? Uh Close Up. Abbas Kiarostami. I've
Mm.
seen a lot of his films now, and Iranian filmmaking is definitely like it's very professional, but it is a lot of the times kind of just shooting from the hip, kind of because of the limitations that they're under in the country that they live in,
Mhm.
especially with the current political climate that is there. I mean, a lot of the Iranian filmmakers are in refugee or are under arrest or some of them are exiled, and it's tough to make the movies you want to make and tell the story you want to tell when the government is limiting your ability to do so. And so I always respect the Iranian filmmakers for doing the best that they can, especially nowadays in the last 20 or so years, doing the best that they can to tell those stories as strongly as possible. And this is one that really stood out to me. I like Seed of the Sacred Fig, but I think it kind of loses its message a little bit. It's kind of long and it just kind of goes on and on. I think this one delivers the message in a much tighter, much stronger way. These people who were kidnapped and you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
I hate to spoil
You're
it.
about to
Okay,
spoil it?
these people who have
So,
been.
well, spoiler
I would
alert for
hate
the
to
people
spoil it.
that are about to.
Yeah, I'd hate to spoil it for you specifically. These people who have been previously been kidnapped have believed that they have found the military official who was in charge of their interrogation and torture, and they are disagreeing about whether or not it is him, and if it is him, what to do about it. Do they want to stoop to his level? Do they want to do something about it? The philosophy of the trauma they've experienced versus the trauma they could experience based on the actions that they choose. I think it's incredible. I think the performances are phenomenal. Some of the best performance I've seen in the Iranian film. I think they're all incredibly wonderful
The
actors,
journalist,
and I think
uh, whoever
Amy.
she was, she was
Yeah,
incredible. Again, she should have been
yeah,
maybe in that supporting actress race as well.
absolutely. I think the really aggressive guy that gets really angry from the get go when they tell him what's going on. I think he's fantastic. I wish I knew the character names, but I can't remember. The whole thing, just start to finish, I think it's exciting. I think it's thrilling. I think it's wonderful. And I love just the concept that these people have kidnapped this person and are just driving around, just trying to figure out what to do. They have such anger in them and such a bloodthirst for vengeance, and they're just trying to figure out what the follow through on those feelings are, and they're working through those feelings together in like the shared emotional response. And the ending is chilling, absolutely chilling.
Yeah, for sure. But the rest of it, though, it's got a deceptive amount of like comedy in there, like you wouldn't expect from that
Yeah,
premise. The way you described it, very intense, thought provoking, all that stuff. But a lot of
when
it
when they have to
is
take the
just
pictures
hilarious.
to convince the cops that they're just there for a photo shoot,
Oh yeah, yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I love it.
There's one
A lot
moment
of
where
long takes. I've noticed this a lot in uh, some of the Iranian films I've seen, especially Kiarostami. Just a lot of longer takes, and I think there's just like a limitation of time to be able to shoot, like a budget concern, which creates a time concern, which means we're just going to do one really long take, and it'll take 30 minutes or it'll take 15 minutes to shoot, but it'll be 15 minutes of the final movie, or
mhm,
10 minutes to shoot, but it'll be 10 minutes of that movie, which is a good chunk of the problem solved right away, which makes for, in this instance, like to solve that problem and keep it interesting, there's some really really creative blocking. I really love the scene where they're back out in the desert. All of them are finally there by the tree in the hole, and they're like going through their emotions of like what they're going to do because this is the moment where they would kill him or not kill him, and the camera's just panning back and forth as they like work through their reasoning of what to do next. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
There you go. All right, on to my number 8. It is After the Hunt, which is,
No
as I said,
fucking way.
I'm now Luca pilled, I think, because
You are Luca Pill. That's
this
crazy.
one worked for me. It worked.
I missed it. I
I
missed this one.
It's been getting hated like crazy. So I think it'd be hilarious if you watched it because you didn't like Challengers. The general consensus was people enjoy Challengers. I very much liked it. Put it on my top 10 last year. And then After the Hunt, I went in, came out. I was like, you know what? I vibed with it. I liked it a lot. And then I saw everyone else's
You're absolutely
reactions
Luca Pill.
were, this is doggy doo doo. This is terrible. This is trash. I was like, whoa. Crazy.
Did you watch Queer?
I did not. I was not able to catch that.
Me neither. I kind of
You
gave
know,
up
it
after
has
Challenges.
slightly more divisive. But yeah, now maybe I should go back and check that out. But like I said, I'm highly anticipating.
What did
his
you like
next
about it?
film? So, in the same vein
Don't
as
spoil it.
Challengers, this has, I won't spoil it, but it has, let's call it a lust triangle instead of a love triangle,
Okay.
where we have 3 very selfish, very horny, very ambitious, messy characters at its center.
Okay.
And you know the basic premise, right? I mean, it's about,
Yeah.
like they're all in the philosophy department at Yale, and one of the grad students makes a sexual assault accusation against one of the professors there. So it's Ava Debris is a student, Andrew Garfield is the professor, and then Julia Roberts is our main character who gets caught up in that whole mix. And again, I think it's great. I think there's a lot of Luca stylism in here, not quite as much as Challengers, but he's always able to make certain things interesting, certain stylistic choices. One of the ones I really liked in this one was just an emphasis on hands, either drumming or tapping or whatever's going on, like during a conversation scene. He'll just like go into the hands for a bit. I really like that. Not all of them I think are great. There's this one motif of like a ticking clock or a metronome that I was not the biggest fan of or didn't quite understand what it was there for. But again, he's always able to have some interesting coverage choices, and then just interesting, again, stylistic motifs that he's able to throw in there. So I liked a lot of that. The performances I thought were incredible, particularly Julia Roberts, particularly Andrew Garfield. He's such a like charming, smarmy schmuck in this.
Yeah.
It's like delightful. Like, there's one point where Julia Roberts is like on the couch. He gets on the couch and like throws his legs over her in view of her husband, who's like right across the room about to bring tarts. He's played by Michael Stuhlbarg,
Who I love.
who's incredible in this movie. Like he just gets to be, he's just like fed up with everything. He has no filter. He's kind of pissed. Like there's one scene where there's 2 characters having a pretty serious conversation in the kitchen, and he just keeps coming in and out to grab random stuff, just to like interrupt their conversation and like give them death glares, basically. He's having a lot of fun in this movie, so he's great.
Good for him.
But yeah, just in general, I loved all that. But yeah, I don't know, just because of the touchy subject matter, a lot of people didn't like it. Again, whatever reason, they think that this wasn't able to properly capture it, or didn't say the right things, or was too sensationalized, or whatever it was. There's a whole lot of hoopla around it. And so for the Letterboxd review that I wrote, I'm gonna read a snippet of it because I was like, I'm gonna have to address this at some point. So I'm like, let me put what I have here. So I said, it takes a touchy but inherently dramatic subject and places it in an environment, prestigious higher education, which, by the way, the cinematography in this looks great because it's very like cold, chilly, kind of distancing. Like it does a great job of capturing the calculating environment of a Yale, philosophy department, like just steeped in this rigid academia. So touchy subject in an environment that has to both pass on and make relevant this millennia old knowledge, right? Old philosophy, while also absorbing and embodying the newly minted social constructions produced by current scholars, which is something that becomes doomed when you have imperfect or very messy individuals that are tasked with the process. So I said this film shows that awareness of and even fluency in the evolving standards of practice and boundaries of language meant to balance out certain conditions of privilege doesn't mean that people will earnestly take part in that all of the time. So these characters who have to be so well versed in understanding again like power disparities and privilege and all of this and try and do their best to, minimize those negative effects, they're going to throw that out the moment that it may threaten their own well-being, right? Like the characters weaponize the moral wins, they leverage their identity markers for selfish ends while critiquing all the other people for doing the same exact thing, which I think is a pretty nuanced like reflection on life. So I like that part of it. I think that was like baked into what they were trying to do.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess other people thought it was clumsy with how it handled all that stuff, or maybe too obvious with how it was, because again, cancel culture, stuff like that. Like these terms are invoked in the film, and so obviously that makes people just immediately be like, okay, so what are you trying to say about it? But I think that's what he's trying to say is like these people that otherwise should be so acclimated with like knowing what the right thing to do in these kind of social circumstances, like what it would be, they're going to do the opposite because they want to do whatever preserves their own self-interest. So I liked it. I like the stuff. I like the the intellectual debates that they were having amongst themselves as well. And again, just the Luca stylism of it, I think carries it well. And the performances, they're great. So I recommend it. I guess not for everyone, but me and Alessandro, who's been a guest on the show, he's the only other person I know that liked it.
Hell yeah.
So.
All right.
There we go.
My number 7 is Sentimental Value. Yeah.
Value. Okay.
Yes. I can't spoil it. I won't spoil it. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the filmmaker, Joachim Trier. A big fan of his previous film, Worst Person in the World. That was my second favorite of that year, right behind Drive My Car. Love that movie. Just rewatched it recently, like a couple weeks ago. Still holds up. Amazing film. Big hype going into this movie because of how much I love that film. Big hype. This movie seems to be much more global, much more bigger budget, much more attention. That's very exciting for him as a filmmaker. I get into it. I'm in the worst seat possible in the theater. It's a terrible viewing experience. I'm in the very front left of the theater, so I'm looking up at an angle at the screen. Terrible viewing experience. But the movie is transportative. It is like slow, but it is so endearing and it's wonderful. But at times, he has such an electricity with the stylism that he puts into the films. He's such a way of like, he's like a storyteller, like he very much cares about the storytelling process, and he's going to tell like a very good drama, a very good narrative with these great characters in this ensemble, but he's telling a story and he knows that. And so you can feel that in his writing. His writing is very, very strong, and you can tell it in the way that he applies his filmmaking to the writing itself. It's like a good translation of like a very strong script into a film. Like he's very much an auteur, and he's a very strong auteur, and this is in conjunction with Worst Person in the World, is just proof of that. And I want to watch his earlier Norwegian films. I have not seen them yet. I've not seen, I think it's Oslo, August 31st, I think is what it's called. I can't remember. It's a very obscure title. But I want to watch his earlier films because I love him. I think he's a fantastic filmmaker. Ronald Rensby, I'm in love with you. I think you're incredible. Stellan Skarsgård, I'm also in love with you. You're wonderful in this film. You've convinced me to root against Sean Penn for this Oscar. I think you're
really
absolutely incredible.
You're going for
a little bit. I mean, he is wonderful in this movie. Like he just plays the role exactly how it should be played in a way that maybe nobody else could or would. Like I can't imagine anybody else performing this role just as well as he has done. I mean, it is like transparent who he is as a person, but it's like wonderful to watch it play out. And also I love family drama, big fan, family drama in real life. Love to see it on the big screen, love the representation.
Yeah.
And It's fantastic. It's. I was a little skeptical at first because his last movie was about relationships, so he's very good at creating character dynamics. But I wasn't sure how he would tackle like a family relationship, so I was a little nervous about that. And once again, kills it, knocks it out of the park. Um, it's wonderful to see the characters interact with each other. It's wonderful to see them go and have their own independent moments in the film and then come back together and see how those reflective independent moments affect the way that they interact with each other. Like everything is laid out so meticulously in how the story is structured, and it is like followed through in such a strong way as a filmmaker that this movie is absolutely wonderful. It like sucks your attention in, which for a family drama to do is difficult. For a movie that is so simple and so plain is difficult. Like I can sit down and I can watch Sinners and I can be plugged in because that is like a very strong and compelling narrative that is exciting and awesome in so many
Hmm.
ways. And this is just a family drama. Like it's actors who are it is people that are just like trying to live their lives in Norway, who are just trying to have a family and exist, and it's compelling. It's incredibly compelling to watch, and it's funny at times. It's what I just love watching characters who feel really real, but are existing in a story that I can tell is meticulously crafted. And I feel that way about Breaking Bad. I feel that way about uh, One Battle After Another this year. I feel that way about what's a good example? Honora. I felt that way about Honora. I just love a really strong character presence in a meticulously crafted narrative. I think it's wonderful to see, and this is a prime example of that. And I think had I rewatched it before this list, it may have gone up to improve my viewing experience. Might have made this go up on the list. But as of right now, because I was at a bad angle and it was distracting a little bit, it is unfortunately a little bit lower compared to the top six that I think were all really strong viewing experiences for me.
Gotcha.
I wish this one was just a little higher. I
So
think it should be a little higher
we'll have to catch it.
for the next few. Yeah.
We'll hit that rewatch in
Yeah,
theaters
for sure.
the way it was meant to be seen.
Absolutely.
All right. My number 7 is Sinners.
Hell yeah.
Speaking
Good
about
choice.
Sinners,
Good pick.
as you said, again, this is a blockbuster, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's meant for big screen, the IMAX screen.
Oh yeah.
It is an
Incredible viewing
incredible
experience.
blend of all sorts of genres. You got a little bit of musical, a little bit of horror, a little bit of thriller, a little bit of drama, a little bit of the vampires come in, a little bit of round them up early on to get everyone together to open up the gin joint. So it is a whole lot going on. But the film balances it all so incredibly well because it's got a master at the helm. Googler, he's just showing off in this one. Like he's such a generational talent, and
Absolutely.
he gets to flex all his muscles here. So we got not one but two incredible wonders. I know you're now a wonder skeptic,
I am.
but you got to admit, I mean, this one, the one in the
They're
town
good.
early on to
Yeah,
establish
they're
everything was
good.
great. But then that Pierce the Veil, the literal barn burner, where
Dude,
we get the
that
past,
shot
present, future.
is incredible.
Dude,
You know that I'm not a big
good one.
Wonder fan. That one, fantastic. Incredible choice. Incredible follow through. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. Like everything about it, like just the way that it also, because it's a great celebration there. It's preacher boy. He's like doing his thing. Everyone's realizing like the immense talent that he is. Everyone's having a great time. Again, Pierce the Veil, all the past, present, futures all come together. But then you go outside
Stop
and it's
saying
like, oh
Pierce the
no,
Veil.
that's what it is. That's what they said. And the
I'm
whole
thinking about the band Pierce the Veil. So stop saying it.
bring them in too. Okay, let's have them join it. But then you go outside, and then all the vampires are there, being enamored by the same music. And then
They're called in, yeah.
the danger element comes in, and then that like kicks the movie into a new gear,
Yeah.
which I
That's
love. And then
awesome.
that whole bit where like they're outside, they're trying to find their way in. It's just raising the stakes more and more. Like all that stuff is just excellent, pure excellence. The whole the Rocky Road to Dublin thing, Jack O'Connell out there,
Oh, awesome.
incredible. Like
He's
just
great in
amazing.
this movie. He's so great.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Again, the ensemble, the whole cast is incredible. I'm amazed. Again, I didn't expect it, but awesome that Delroy Lindo's getting his flowers for that
I
part.
love him.
When we Masaku getting her flowers for that part. Like everyone's great in this. Um, the preacher Miles Katan who
Yeah,
plays
he's great.
fantastic. What a revelation! What a voice as well. Like that, truly, truly insane.
Real bluesy. Real
Real
awesome.
bluesy. So yeah, it's just a blast. And then it's also obviously got
It is a blast.
deeper undertones as well. Got some strong themes. I mean, you can look at it from that angle of assimilation or cultural appropriation, all that stuff. But then you can also just see it as just straight up awesome vampire film.
Yeah.
Not to love.
It can be both at the same time, and that's what I love about it.
Exactly.
Truly great
So
movie.
that's what we want out of original IP. I mean, this is the hope and dream. So Googler knocked it out of the park with us. All right, back to you.
Right. My number 6 is Twinless.
All right.
I loved this
You've been
movie.
singing
Oh
Twinless's
my
praises.
god. I walked into the theater because it was just, again, what sucks is earlier in the year I had nothing going on, so I watched a bunch of movies. And then when all the award contenders, like the big movies are coming out at the end of the year, is when I get super fucking busy. And so
Yeah.
I haven't been able to see anything at the end of the year. But this was one that came out earlier because it was a Sundance movie and it got like a limited distribution. And in the middle of the night, I think I did a double feature. I don't remember what I even watched before. But I walked in and I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I like Dylan O'Brien, and it seems like a cute movie. I thought it was just gonna be like a rom com, and then that's what I went in to go see. And let's just say my expectations were shattered, which never happens, right? You never go into a movie and it's completely different than what you think it's gonna be anymore because of trailers and leaks and everything. You have a general idea of what a movie's going to be like. The entire tone and vibe of this movie was the exact opposite of what I thought it was going to be in the best way possible.
Mhm.
It's so great. Once again, another script that I think has been meticulously crafted. Laugh out loud funny, crazy, crazy moments. And then on top of this, I saw it in theaters and then I insisted that our friends watch this movie. And so we watched it at a movie night. And I would say that Sinners is the best theatrical viewing experience I had last year. But watching Twinless with them and watching them like try to guess what was going to happen, like seeing the plot twists as they were unfolding, was my favorite viewing experience of last year. It was incredible because the other Dylan, 4 plot twists in a row he predicted before they happened. He just kept calling it. And this is a movie that like the
That's
plot
crazy.
twists are coming fast and are crazy. They're like
Yeah.
real 180s, and he's calling every single one of them for like the first 30 minutes of the movie. And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to have a poker face and not give it away because everybody else is going, Dylan, that's so stupid. That's crazy. What are you talking about? That would be insane. What are you talking about? And then it happens and everybody's freaking out.
Yeah, because
It
the
was
twists
so
and turns
much
are
fun.
crazy. Like and there's so many of them too. But
Yeah.
they're just like wow, and they commit fully to like, yeah, we're going down this path. We're going down this road.
Yeah. And I really
So,
love the main character. I love watching him. I love watching main characters that like have a secret and they aren't like necessarily kind of hurting people, but they're just like making selfish choices and are getting caught in lies as a result and just keep burying themselves deeper. And he's
yeah,
like such a
like
pathological liar. He keeps burying himself deeper and deeper and deeper. And you're just waiting for it to like implode and it doesn't happen for 2 hours. It just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's so exciting. You're like on the edge of your seat waiting for him to get caught and he just keeps not getting caught. It's awesome.
yeah. Let me just throw in there. My number 6 is also Twinless.
Let's go. Yes.
So I watched it, and yeah, it's a blast. Like again,
It's
the
so
twists and
great.
turns are crazy. I think they fully commit. Dude, Dylan O'Brien in this film, what
He's
a
so good.
performance!
Double roles, just like
And
Michael.
we've
B. Jordan.
talked about again the twins, but hey, he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Insane. Like particularly the one hotel room scene.
Oh my god.
It's like breaking down. I'm like, this is
He's
incredible
fantastic
acting.
in that.
Like it was brutal. Like it was getting me. I was tearing up. I'm like, this is
Dude. The room
yes.
I was in, they were crying.
Yeah.
The friend room, they were all in tears. It's a really, really good monologue that he has in that movie.
100%. So
but
like all that
also
stuff,
hilarious. So funny.
yeah, the movie, yeah, it just hits all those different tones, like the drama but comedy
Mhm.
aspects. Like it balances them out really, really well. I
Yeah.
was also struck by visually, it's very engaging. Like there's a lot of
Yes.
incredible compositions, a lot of great camera
The
maneuvers and
mirror
tricks and
shot?
stuff.
Oh,
The mirror shot, insane. The split screen, that whole bit where it
really
resolves
good.
into
Really
one.
strong choice.
Love that. It's one of my favorite
Yeah,
shots of the year. Um,
absolutely.
and then yeah, just a lot of there's that one
Oh
visit
my
they
god, you're
do to the
right.
art
The split
installation
shot's so
place.
good when it resolves and he's like hitting on the girl and then he's in the background watching and it slowly pulls back on his camera until
And
he's
you
in the
realize,
shot
yeah,
with
then
him.
it becomes the same take. Like that's incredible. Like I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
how are they doing this? Same with the mirror shot. I'm like, how is this happening? Like it's very impressive.
Really,
Um,
really cool choices.
so I love all that stuff. And again, just like they got down the like indie aesthetic with that one art installation place that they visit. A lot of
Mhm.
nice engaging shots there. So yeah, just like on the visual front, there's lots of love, and then on the writing front, again, yeah, just a very clever, fun script. Uh, there's still obviously, there's a lot of heartfelt exploration that goes on there as well. So it like had a whole bunch. It had it all. It was great.
Sometimes you just want to be something that you're not. And sometimes it's just fun to be that thing for somebody, you know? And I love that about this movie. He just wants to be important to somebody, and this is the way he's chosen to do it. And he's inserted himself into a situation as a lie.
Hmm.
And it is a very precarious situation for many, many reasons.
Yeah,
And he just keeps getting deeper and deeper because he's enjoying being that important person to somebody, you know?
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
deeply human. It's
Difficulty.
deeply, deeply flawed and deeply human.
Exactly. Yeah. So, because on some level, everyone can understand the idea of like presenting yourself as someone you're not, at least in a partial sense,
Yeah.
right? In any setting you go to, like you probably tweak who you are just a tad bit, right? Um,
Oh, yeah.
and so just imagine this guy doing that, setting the dial to 11 and going like, we just fully adopt this whole other personality so he can try and claw back because he had that like strong bond, strong connection that he put way more investment into than uh, he should have, I guess, so that the other guy did.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it just spiraled out from there. So, yeah, again, it offers a whole lot. It was definitely a refreshing blast to go through all that. So yeah, Twinless, great
Mhm.
film. Came out Sundance of last year. I think it should have got even way more eyes on it. Should have got a bigger box office, like
I
theatrical
know.
release. I, you got to see it, but I wasn't able to see it in theaters. I wish I would have. That would have been a great theatrical, like everyone in there and all the twists and turns, the gasps and laughs from this
Yeah.
movie. I'm sure were amazing. So I guess with friends as well, like that would
I
be a
bet the
very
viewing experience
great
at
way to watch it.
Sundance would be crazy.
Yeah, going in
Yeah.
completely blind to see all that. Yeah. So there we go. All right. How
I
about
do love
your
when a movie
number?
takes those twists and turns, and it's like exciting for an audience. Like, remember Parasite coming out, man? That was so much fun to watch for the first time.
100%.
Man.
All right. Your number five.
My number five, Dream Big, Marty Supreme.
Oh
Marty
boy.
Supreme Christmas Day, Marty Supreme Christmas Day. Uh, I'm a big
It's about to
fan of
be
Uncut
a
Gems. Let me tell you. As you know, huge, huge fan of Uncut Gems. In a year that was stacked, 2019, Uncut Gems broke through as a movie that I thought was incredible, and I think it's devastating that Adam Sandler did not get an Oscar nomination for that movie because that is one of the
yeah.
best performances I've seen on cinema. He's single handedly carrying a very high octane, intense film for 2 hours, and he's killing it the entire time.
Mhm.
He's putting in so much work. It is so stressful and so anxiety inducing, and he is such a like obnoxious little weasel that whole movie. It's incredible. So coming
Yeah.
into this movie, very much looking forward to it. Very excited. Uh, uh, Obviously, there's been a little bit of controversy around Josh Safdie recently. Before that came out, big Josh Safdie fan. Looking forward to this specifically. Still a big Benny Safdie fan. Love Benny. Um, I go into this movie, and it is almost exactly what I wanted it to be. It hits a lot of highs. It definitely like takes a couple of twists and turns that I didn't think it would, that I really enjoyed. I think the bathtub crashing and like the road
That
they
was
go down as
crazy.
a result
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that
yeah.
is great. I think the way that that develops with the guy trying to hunt them down and get the money back, I think is great. Um, I think Timothy Chalamet is fantastic in this movie. I wish it was just like a little bit more about the ping pong. Like I don't need the plot to be about the ping pong. I just wish there was like a new way of filming being involved to make the ping pong stand out a bit more.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like the ping
wishing
pong
you
didn't
had some
really
Challenger cinematography in there, huh?
low key. That would hit hard in this. The ball bouncing back and forth. It would be
Yeah,
so out of
yeah.
place, but it'd be really funny. Um, I think it's a very very funny film. I think it's a very exciting film. It definitely like captivates you and grips you for a long time. It's a little bit too long, I think. It's just like sustaining an amount of like pressure and anxiety that lasts a little bit too long. And I think, um, as much as I love Gwyneth Paltrow in the role, I think her character's place in the script was not as intriguing to me as the other characters. I would say.
Mm.
I think Tyler the Creator's like little short. I think that Tyler the Creator gets like a little short bit where Timothy and him are just doing their own thing, and then he kind of goes back to the wayside. I like that a lot. I like Odessa Zion a lot in this movie. I think she's like really really wonderful.
Hmm.
I think as much as I despise Kevin O'Leary, I think he does do a good job in this
Dude, the
film.
vampire line,
The
come on.
vampire line goes hard.
That goes so hard. It's insane.
His delivery is also really good.
Yeah.
It is a very good line at the very tail end of the movie that I think is very 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 strong. I don't know. It is just a very exciting film. It's seemingly very iconic. I think it will last a long time in my brain. I think I'll be thinking about it a lot. Um, and I think it could have been higher, but I think it was just a little too long. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was really, really crazy, which is what I like to see in a movie. I think it was very original, which I like to see in a movie. And then the filmmaking itself, fantastic. You know, I think it looks beautiful. I think the set design is incredible. The costume design is incredible. I think the choice of music, of doing like relatively
Oh,
more modern music,
score was great.
yeah, the score was great,
Yeah.
and then the soundtrack was great too. Forever
Yeah, yeah.
Young hitting, Forever
Some,
Young, great choice.
yeah, instantly iconic needle drops there.
Yeah,
The front and back of the film.
crazy moment when he beats the guy because he hit Odessa Zion and like caves in his skull with a trophy or whatever,
Mm,
and then you find out later that she was pretending to get punched. Crazy moment,
that was brutal. But
absolutely
I do
crazy.
love that reveal though of
Yes,
the makeup slightly coming off, right? Is what gave it
yeah,
away. And then he's like, get out. He's immediately like he just
yeah,
immediate was like, oh, I've just been getting schemed. And that's
yes.
what goes on a lot in his life, right?
He can't be the
So
one getting punked. He can't be the one being schemed. He has to
exactly.
be in charge of everything.
Exactly. So yeah, I really like that how that dynamic played out.
Yeah,
Um but yeah, again, really, really strong performance. Again, filmmaking across the board was top tier. And I liked it a lot, but yeah, kind of like you, it was just missing something that would bring it into that
yeah. I don't know
upper
what it
tier
was.
of, greatest of the year or all that stuff. So
I think
um,
maybe I really liked the tone in the moment at every point of this film, but the tonal shifts I felt came a little bit strong.
mm,
I think when I'm watching Uncut Gems, there are also like quite a few tonal shifts in there. You know, it's very high octane for a lot of it, but then every once in a while there will be a slow moment where he's talking to Julia Fox or like he's talking to Idina Menzel, and I think the tonal shifts in that one are a little bit smoother, I think, which make it a more enjoyable viewing experience. I think the tonal shifts being so strong and so jarring in this one, I think the intention is to try and like excite you and like elevate your blood pressure a little bit. Like the bathtub just dropping out of nowhere is a crazy thing happening, you know, and crushing the guy's arm, and then now the dog is crushed too.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
crazy. But I think having a lot of those happen back to back to back. Like going to the gas station and the guys pull up and all of a sudden the gas station is exploded and the dog is running away.
Hmm.
and then you're back to it's just the day after, or they're just driving back.
Yeah.
I think it jumps from like being at like a 30 to 100 back and forth too many times too quickly to where I get a little exhausted watching it. I don't really feel like I'm exhausted watching Uncut Gems. I feel like it slowly dials up and then slowly dials back down and then dials back up and then dials back down. I think it's really, really good at doing that. And I love Uncut Gems for that. And this one, I think maybe it could have been just a bit smoother, like a little bit smoother.
Gotcha. All right. My number 5 is Warfare. From
Interesting.
A24.
Wow.
Raymond Mendoza, Alex Garland. This
Crazy.
film, is it crazy? What's crazy about it?
I
Did you
just
see
didn't
it?
think. No, I didn't. I didn't. After Civil War, I didn't really want to. I'm not gonna lie.
Dang. Well, what'd you like most about Civil War? Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons, yeah, it would be Jesse Plemons
And
100.
that,
Percent
I think some of the action or just like, the punch of some of the warfare that they captured in Civil War was pretty darn good. This one, it's all that. There's no character arcs. There's no narrative setups and payoffs. It's just this ensemble of characters that are stuck in this terrible situation. They're just trying to get out. You don't even know what the mission is. Do they even know what the mission is? Who knows? All it is just now they're trying to survive. They're trying to get out of here. And
Okay.
it is all about trying to convey the hell that is war. Like on that front, that's what it's trying to do, and it 100% succeeds. Like in IMAX, which is what I watch this in. This film is gripping. It's nauseating. It's distressing. It is effective at doing what it's trying to do. There's a whole sequence where they get shell shocked, and the sound design in that in particular was phenomenal. And the performances across the board here are incredible. Like it's a great crop of young actors: Charles Melton, Will Poulter, Farrah Wunutai, Kate Connor, Joseph Quinn, the guy from Shogun from that show. I'm forgetting his name, but like all of them are in this, and they're having to again. I mean, they're getting either shot or got partially blown up or are stabbing themselves with a EpiPen or whatever it was. Like everything's going crazy in this film, and so they're having to convey all of that tension, stress, anxiety, all that stuff, and they do a wonderful job. Like you believe everything that's going on here, and then obviously the attention to detail, since it's made by someone that was there, and then they obviously consulted a lot on this, so it just feels visceral. It feels real, and the intensity of it is, I think, the greatest showcase of like why at all possible points and times we should not be getting into wars, and certainly not unnecessary wars and needless wars. Because again, this is the havoc that it causes, and we're just seeing it from the one perspective of these soldiers that are trying to get out. You see little tinges of how it affects just like the people that are living there. Like they're in one family's house, they are like hidden in a bedroom for most of it, but then you get to see the aftermath of like, okay, all that just went down for, I guess, in the story world of 12 plus hours, and it's just over for them because they're gone. But then now, who's left to pick up the pieces and everything and try and rebuild? So
Yeah.
I think it's a great, anti-war film, and that it's showcasing how terrible, needless all this is. Yeah, like I said, just the experience in the theater in IMAX, like it's unparalleled. It was crazy. There's these, they call them a show of force, where they call in a jet to fly right overhead, like getting down to like streetlight level, and just zip past the street. It is insane. Like it is, on one hand, it's just the most, like, your adrenaline goes crazy, the blood pumping goes crazy. That was in the theaters. Imagine that in real life, like having a jet fly 20 feet overhead. Like that is just insane. That's the intensity that they were able to capture with this. So Warfare, my number 5.
Sick.
Definitely, if you can, try and get that theatrical experience. But if not, I say give it a watch either way. Definitely a very powerful film.
All right, my number 4 is Sorry Baby.
Okay. I did expect
Ava Victor. You're so intelligent. This is such a well crafted film. Oh my god, it is absolutely beautiful. It's very very funny for a lot of it. It's dealing with a very very serious subject matter that gets handled quite a bit in films and television. It's talked about a lot, and there's often like a misstep, even if it's a small one. And I think this film touches on the subject matter perfectly. I think it says what it needs to say. I think it does not trivialize anybody or anything. I think it does not speak down to anybody. I think it is very honest and human. I think it is very real. I think there is so much wonderful humor in the film that really bring it to life. Were you able to see this one?
I sure was.
I think it's very lighthearted and touching. I've seen it twice now. I absolutely love this film. I think I've been talking about it a lot on the show. This and Twinless, I've been like singing the praises for a lot on the show. Uh, I just think it's great. I think it's delightful. I think the performances are wonderful. I think the characters once again have wonderful dynamics and relationships with one another. And I love, love, love the ending and like what the title means. I love it so much. I love the message of you are in this world and I want to protect you so much. And if there's anything that I can do, I will. But I just know that bad things will happen to you because they happen to everybody. And I don't know what those bad things will be. But if there's anything that I can do or any way I can help, please tell me. I'm sorry. And I love that. I think as somebody who has had iffy thoughts about having children, I'm getting to an age where if I had a partner, maybe that would be more of a consideration. Uh, I don't know. I think it's a beautiful sentiment to very honestly acknowledge, even if to just a baby, that living life is hard and bad things will happen to you. And I wish they wouldn't, but they will. And I will do everything I can to help you. But you're going to have these things are going to happen
Hmm.
because they happen to everybody. I think it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful indeed. I thought the bathtub scene. I guess there's a
Mhm.
few bathtub scenes, but you know the one
Yeah,
is astonishing. Very well done. Beautifully performed by Ava Victor. Just very powerful, obviously. And then the other thing to note about this is the return of Lucas Hedges
yeah.
into movies. He's back.
Finally, he's great,
Finally came back. The A24 darling.
bro. Love Manchester by the Sea. I'm glad he's back. He's really good in this too. He's very funny and he's very touching and like
Yeah,
wholesome and sincere.
and he needs to let's get him back in more stuff. Like, come on, because he
I'm
was on
saying he's
such
a
a
great
tear
actor.
in the
Yeah,
late 2010s. It's like, what happened?
I'm saying.
So I know he just took a step away, but glad that he's back. Um, but yeah, all right. So on to my number four. It is Resurrection. You heard of this?
No, what is this?
By Chinese filmmaker Bi Gan. Did
Whoa, interesting.
Have you heard of him? He did Long Journey's Day into Night most recently, which was like 2018
Yes,
or 2019, something like that, which I have
yes.
not seen. But I did hear about this film, and so I wanted to give it a go. It
Interesting.
is about a world in the near future where immortality has been reached by basically nobody dreams anymore, and that's like the key to immortality is not having dreams. But there are a few people that want to have these dreams, and so they go ahead and do whatever they can to get it. Basically, they get treated like drug addicts. I think the world building for it is pretty cool. They call them deliriants.
Okay,
Great name, great
cool
term
name.
there. But basically, it doesn't take very long to figure out in the film that dreaming is being uh, basically it's another way of cinema, of engaging with cinema. And so it's one of these love letters to cinema films, but it's not at all about Hollywood. Obviously, it wouldn't be, but it's also not about like the filmmaking process either. It's not about storytellers like trying to create a story. It's just trying to
It's about the
capture the effect, the
yeah.
impact that
Ooh,
stories can have, that cinema can have,
ooh.
that dreams can have, right? Like tapping
It's cool.
into realms of possibility.
I like
And
it.
so it's an amazing film, gorgeously crafted, and it's just a very interesting way to dive into this concept. It's five different stories, basically, of this one deliriant over the course of 100 different years, like so this full century. And it starts out in a silent era type of film, like the world
Mhm.
is a silent era film, and so you get all the like German expressionist sets, the color tinting, the jittery frame rate type of deal, and then it's a silent film. So you get all of that as he's in that world, and then you get to see all these other dreams he's accessing, or basically movies that he's becoming a part of, and they're all great. Like they're all so
Mhm.
compelling. Um, and so yeah, I would wager to you to watch the trailer for this, and I guarantee it. Anyone watch the trailer for this if you're a film lover at all. Watch the trailer. You're gonna get hooked. You're gonna get sucked in. You're gonna be like, I need to
Where were
watch
you able to watch it?
in theaters. I
Really?
had this on my
Where?
radar, and I was waiting to watch it at Winter Park. I think.
That's
It,
crazy. Man, you gotta
uh,
tell me about some of these things. I miss them. Come on, man.
it was like a one.
We're supposed to help
It
each
was a
other out.
1 week engagement, and
I
I
would have
had
made
to.
the
I did something
time.
to like figure out my schedule so I could go to this. I also say the theatrical viewing. It was the coldest a theater has ever been. I was freezing. I always, bring a jacket, and then there I
Yeah.
had uh, pants on as well. But it was freezing. Two of the little stories that are in here do take place in like freezing environments. So I was like, okay, great. I'm locked in. I'm immersed in the dream with these people.
And then one of them was a
Um,
really hot environment. You're like, I'm taking completely out of it. This is
yes, and then the following one was that I was like, I wish I was by the pool right now, like that. Um, so yeah, that was very intense. But yeah, I just think it's great, and it's one of those too where you have to sort of unravel because it's all kind of dream logic, right? And it just throws you into it. There's no real like concrete narrative thread, but you can pull out different things from these stories. What I'm pulling out, which I hope you do watch it because I want to like talk with someone
Mhm.
about it, try and talk through this stuff. But that the Deliriant is searching for connection. Like he wants to find connection that comes through in these dreams or these films, but because they are ephemeral, like they're not long lasting, they're not immortal like everyone else in this story world is. That makes it even more powerful. So all these dreams, like there's a lot of pain, a lot of suffering going on, but
Mhm.
still he keeps coming back to them because he finds connection in each one of them. And that connection is beautiful and it's powerful. And it's not forever, right? It does end at some point because he has to go to the next dream or whatever. But it
Mhm.
leaves an impression on us, the audience, and leaves an impression on him. And so that's why he keeps seeking these out. So yeah, that element to it I think is beautiful. Again, just the filmmaking on display is crazy. I know you're again a wonder skeptic. There's one in here that will take your breath away, I think, and also does it in a very artful, meaningful way. Again, the silent film era aspect to it was great. There's one that's sort of like a parable where this spirit takes the form of a certain person that is important to this guy, and they have these
Mhm.
philosophical conversations. I'm a sucker for that. So
Hell yeah.
it's great. There's one that's a more straightforward, like down to earth type story of this hustler that takes in this orphan girl and basically uses her for his scheme of being like a mentalist, like a magic trick, like doing the card tricks of, oh, I can know what card you're gonna pick out. So he like trains her to help with that. And so their little dynamic is great. It's just got a lot to love.
Interesting.
So I 100% recommend it to anybody. This was, yeah, one that I was hoping was gonna blow me away, and then 100% did. Any other year, like this could be minimum top two, possibly top one. Like it's kind of on that level.
It's
So
crazy.
I want to watch it again. If I had watched it again and I was able to like pick apart more of this stuff, because there's one of those five sequences that I'm still baffled by, but I kind of love it because I know there's meaning behind it. I want to just go in there and dissect it some more. So
Mhm.
maybe we make this a movie night for us or something. But
I would love that. Yeah. That'd be
definitely
awesome.
watch the trailer after this. I'm gonna maybe watch the trailer because I'm gonna see if
Okay.
you get sucked in. But yeah, so Resurrection,
Resurrection.
put it on y'all's lists.
Unique pick. You got some unique picks in yours. For sure.
All right, how
All
about
right.
we're in our top three.
Top
we go.
three, the creme de la creme. My number
Beef.
three, you knew it was going to be up here. Begonia.
Oh yes.
Begonia. I'm a
Begonia.
big Yorgos Lanthimos fan. Big time. I was eating on this one. This one was good. After Kinds of Kindness last year being like only okay, this one was good. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Kinds of Kindness. It just
Mhm.
didn't like resonate with me in terms of like depth and meaning. It just felt very like removed from itself, which is the intentional point. But this one is more immersed in, it's more emotional, it's more uh passionate, I suppose, and it's more bizarre. And I well, maybe not more. Kinds of Kindness is weird, but this one is very very bizarre, and I loved it. It's my favorite of his films since probably The Favorite, which was my favorite movie of that year.
Wow. So this is over Poor Things for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like.
It's my third favorite of his movies behind The Favorite and The Lobster. Uh, I just have not seen his first two films, and I haven't seen Killing of a Sacred Deer. But other than that, I've seen all of his movies. Uh, it's just so good. It's a game of cat and mouse where the mouse has already been caught and is trying to prove that it's not a mouse. And
Mhm.
you as the audience have no idea if it's a mouse or not. And I love that. I love that so much.
It's a good way to describe it.
It is like perplexingly bizarre. It is graphic. It is disturbing. Jesse Plemons, you're my hero. You should have gotten an Oscar nomination.
One of
It's
these days,
devastating that
man,
you didn't.
you
It
will
is
get that Oscar. Don't
he
worry.
has an Oscar nomination already, but
Well, he
it's
needs
it's
the dub. I want him
it's
to have that stack.
devastating that he didn't get one for this because this is his best performance so far in a career that is filled with incredible performances from Breaking Bad to Power of the Dog to Civil War that we talked about earlier to Kinds of Kindness, like a career that has had incredible performances in them. This one is so passionate and emotional and yet so calculating and cold. And I understand his character so well, a character that is so bizarre and disturbed. I understand why he feels the way he feels and why he does the things that he does. And the ending of the movie is incredible. Like in terms of like a movie, we were talking about this earlier with Marty Supreme, but being able to go from like 0 to 100 and back. This movie does it very quickly, and I don't feel like I'm getting whiplash watching it. I think it's very impressive to see this movie go jump up and down so many times, and for me to just be plugged into the seat and enjoying it nonetheless. I think it's outrageously funny at times, and I think it's particularly disturbing for a lot of it. The scene where Emma Stone gets electrocuted, crazy. Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude! Like it's like disturbing. The just the whole ending is so good. When she finds the secret room and then he comes back and what's his name is or he comes back from killing his mom because he's a fucking idiot and she like assumes the power and she is now not just a mouse but the head of all mice. Oh my god, dude. It is so fucking good. It is so smart. I need to watch because I wanted to watch the original Korean film, Save the Green Planet, beforehand, and I did not get the opportunity to, which ultimately I think worked in my favor because I had no idea what I was getting into. A
Mhm.
long time ago, the Criterion Channel had a Korean New Wave section on there, and I was able to watch a bunch of great movies. I watched a bunch of Bong Joon Ho's original films. I watched a couple of Park Chan Wook's original films. I watched uh, the Quiet A Quiet Family, which is a really good movie. I watched Joint Security Area, one of the early Park Chan Wook films, which is incredible.
Mhm.
It is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. It's so good. Uh, and this was on there, and it was one that I thought looked a little bizarre, and I was going to watch it because I wanted to watch all of them because they were all really good, and I just didn't get to it in time. They took it off, and you can't find it fucking anywhere. You can't find it anywhere,
Took it
and I want to
out.
watch it so bad because it looks great. And now that I've seen Begonia, now I really want to see what the original was like because Begonia is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Jesse Plemons, I'm so sorry you didn't get an Oscar nomination. This is devastating for me, as devastating as it is for you as it is for me. Let me tell you, personally, I'm shocked to my core.
Number one member of the Jesse Plemons fan club.
That's me,
We found him.
absolutely. After this movie, 100%.
There you go. All right. My number three is Ninja 2, going back to
Wow.
China.
Wow. That's
Ninja
crazy.
2, which I saw over a year ago at this point.
Yeah.
Came out early 2025. Um, but this was a blast. It is so entertaining. I
Mhm.
said at the time, I was like, this has raised the bar for blockbusters for this year.
Mhm.
And ultimately, I don't think it got passed by like a true, generic blockbuster that we
Mhm.
usually think of. Um, and so I want to see more of this particular franchise. I want to see what Ninja 3 does. Because let me tell you, action in this is incredible. It's some of the best like fight choreography I've seen ever, but definitely on the big screen. When they level up the animation too, like not all of it is 100% there, but when they level it up for these massive fight set pieces,
Mhm.
it is incredible. I also love the world, like it's drawing on Chinese mythology, so a lot of it is unknown to me, unfamiliar to me, um, and so I can't tell what is them just making it up for the narrative and what is actually real Chinese mythology. But it's just like a very
Yeah.
well fleshed out world with a lot of, which I also love this. There's a lot of shifting alliances. Like there's 3 or 4 different factions that we have in the film, and they all sort of shift in who we're like rooting for, who we're working with at a certain time.
I just can't fathom what this movie is like.
All
You're
fighting for
describing it in so many different terms that I just can't quite
a lot of
understand.
the
Like I've
other
never thought
elements.
that fight choreography was particularly impressive in like an animated film. So I don't know. Like I just can't picture it, I guess. I'm intrigued for sure.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you've seen some of it in Attack on Titan. You've seen some Demon Slayer
Sure.
stuff. So you've
Yeah.
seen some like
Sure.
all these stuff. I'm talking. This is like Dragon Ball Z Broly, like the 2018 one that came out, which
Mhm.
is some of the most stunning like action choreography I've seen. It's just because again they're able to orchestrate the characters in ways that real life humans can't
Of course.
do. There's obviously a different you know visceral element to real hand to hand combat, which is always great. But if you're able to do animation, then you need to be doing some like crazy stuff, like show me stuff I can't ever possibly see with humans, and they
Yeah.
do in this many times over, and it's fantastic. Um, Again, just a lot of cool creative elements. There's this there's this thing, a sky splitting claw
Okay.
splits the sky and lava rains down out of it.
It's pretty
Dope.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a cauldron that is effectively a large jail that a bunch of people get put into, and they're trying to boil them down to become
Okay.
basically little orbs of their spirits.
Cool.
Awesome. Why not? There's all these dragons as well. Again, Chinese stuff. So you have the Chinese style dragons um, that are all locked in this like underwater cavern. They're pissed. They're trying to get out. So their whole thing is interesting. A lot of sea monster demons as well with fun designs. Like it's just a very inventive, fleshed out world that I enjoyed. But you know me, what am I all about? Character and theme. We got to have a strong character at the center of it,
You're
and
a
we
big
do
theme guy.
in this film. And
You love a
there's
good theme.
some beautiful emotional moments towards the end that do a great job of tying together this idea of character and theme. I won't go too much into it, but again, the whole idea, Nisha, he's basically a demon incarnate. Like they call it, he was
Mhm.
the demon pill, and then he got put into a human body, basically. And so this whole thing is his wrestling with like, I was put on this earth to destroy everything and be hated by everyone. I'm a demon, but
Mhm.
obviously his family, who raised him as like a normal kid, are trying to have him be more than that, and he wants to be a hero, he wants to be loved, all this stuff.
He's like
There's
Hellboy.
there's a very emotional scene towards the end that then gets followed up by a hype transformation. Uh, that's just so touching. It was like making me tear up a little bit. Um, but yeah, so Ninja 2, 100% recommend it. It has it all. It has humor, has great action, very entertaining, a very very heartfelt sentimentality to it as well. So
Interesting. You
go ahead
heard it
and
here
watch it.
first, folks. Ninja 2 has it all.
It has it all.
Has it all. All right. My number 2 movie of 2025. One battle after another.
All right.
I don't think I need to get too deep into this one. You can go back and listen to our episode where we glaze Paul Thomas Anderson, where I really, really glaze Paul Thomas Anderson. I believe I said in that episode and reiterate now that I think he's the greatest currently active filmmaker. Uh, and I think this movie is just proof of that. I think his last several films, what am I saying? Every single one of his movies are fucking incredible. Every single one of them. I can't
You
think of
love
a
them
single
all.
movie. They're all fucking great. Even Inherent
Okay.
Vice, which was a little bit of a tougher watch because it's just a little slower. Gorgeous. Oh my god, it looked incredible. Some of the best shot movies. Phantom Thread, amazing movie. He has, I think he might have the most movies on my top list, my top movies list than any other filmmaker because he has Boogie Nights, Magnolia, and Phantom Thread on there. I don't know if anybody beats three. Three's a lot. Magnolia is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's incredible. You know what? Martin Scorsese probably has. Marty's probably got more than him.
He's got Goodfellas, Wolf of Wall Street,
Goodfellas,
the top
Wolf of
10
Wall
alone.
Street. Yeah, he does. It might be Marty. But PTA, oh my god. I mean, he's never let me down. I think I've been let down by Martin Scorsese a couple times, but his sheer volume of films is greater. But PTA, I've never been let down.
Wow.
He's a true auteur. He's an incredibly gifted writer, an incredibly gifted filmmaker. He's just so like uniquely attuned to what he wants to make. And every choice he makes in his films is immaculate. And for me, a good filmmaker, I've said it a million times on the show, I think it always comes down to choice. And he makes the best choices. What's your
All right.
number two?
My number 2 is also One Battle After Another. So, like you said, we had a whole episode on it, but bears repeating. This film is incredible. It's a modern masterpiece.
Yeah,
It is. Talk about a film that has it all. I mean, this film brings you through all the motions. It's entertaining and thrilling. So you can just watch it on that level and be like very pleased. But then obviously it has a lot underneath the surface there. Very timely, very politically relevant. So you can dig into it from that angle, all you like as well. And then it has a sensational cast.
Mhm.
Talk about this ensemble. You got our greats, Leo, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro coming in here. Then you also got some amazing breakouts as well. So, because Deanna Taylor was not on my radar before this, she's phenomenal.
She is phenomenal.
100% deserving of that nomination, possibly incoming win as well.
Perfidia.
Yep, Perfidia, Beverly Hills, already iconic character. And then remember who played Willa?
Chase Infinity.
Chase Infinity.
She's also
incredible.
Wonderful breakout.
Like, what a debut. Like, this is amazing. So, instantly iconic cast as well. I just want to give a shout out to a few of the moments that have still stuck with me, like the Leo and Benicio sequence of the film, because I watched this now 3 times.
Yeah.
They put it back in theaters recently. I went to go see that. Yo, if it lines up my schedule, I might go see it a 4th for that like Oscar festival that they're doing for Regal before the Oscars. So yeah, just watching that whole sequence of Leo and Benicio del Toro, I just had a smile the whole time.
It's so
like, this is just amazing. Again, the film
when he's walking him through and he's introducing him to his whole family.
Yes.
And Leo is like trying actively to just find his daughter's location on his dying phone. Plug in the phone and talk to the guy who's being a dick. And Benicio del Toro is just drinking a beer and introducing his family, and the whole town is falling apart.
Yeah,
I love Benicio del Toro.
We talked about that, but yeah, the contrast of him, I mean, validly so, crashing out, Leonardo DiCaprio being like, I need to get on this phone so I can find my daughter and save her and everything. And Benicio just being so calm, like so chill. Sometimes that's what you need to do. Okay, you just need to be the calming presence in life. Ocean waves, Bob. So I love that.
Ocean waves.
But again, just all you talked about it, like the choices, right? To be able to balance this absurdist comedy, right? Where Leo falls off the roof in this like major important moment. He's trailing behind the like younger skater kids that are hopping on all these air vents and everything. And he's just like, oh God, like bumbling around.
He's struggling. He's struggling to keep up the entire film.
Same thing with the Christmas adventures. Like we get a whole long extended sequence of what song was playing, like some kind of Christmas song as he's walking down this long curved hallway to get to that place. Like again, just absurd elements here, but then pair that with genuinely terrifying villains like Sean Penn when he's unhinged, going crazy, is you just want to get away from that guy. And then all these other extremely intense moments, such as that car chase at the end on the highway, like coming up with that is just fantastic. Which I mean, they just did in the location scout. And they were like, yeah, let's have this be our centerpiece climax, and it worked perfectly. 100%. It was able to convey all the tension, all the anxiety, all the stress that you needed it to in a refreshing way. Like no other car chase that I can think of does it like that. So just outstanding stuff across the board. I mean, what else? What else is there that you want to hop or heap the praise onto this film for?
I think we've already hit everything that we possibly could about this film. I mean, it's just immaculate. It's immaculate.
I'll just go. One other thing I will say though, the score. Which
Oh yeah,
I think this should be listening it again in that rewatch. I think it definitely should take the win at the Oscars. I know it is no longer the front runner for that, but the way that it glides us along in the prologue, like that extended prologue with everything with Perfidia, and then at various points throughout the film, like it comes in and then just gives this nice continuity to everything. Again, the pace of the film overall is perfect.
Yeah.
Perfectly calibrated. It's 2 hours and 40 something minutes, and it never feels long for a second.
Breeze.
It's a breeze, and that breezy pace, a lot of it comes from the way that's scored. Just again, like helps us float along through it. So I think it's brilliant. I 100% think it should take the win. But yeah, like you said, PTA, absolute auteur, one of the best ever, and definitely well deserving of all this praise he's getting and the flowers he will get the still coming Oscars. Straight up masterpiece. Glad we got it.
Glad we got it. Do you want to make your predictions for what my number one of the year is going to be?
I believe it will be Eddington. Or No Other Choice. But I'm surprised that because the fact that one of them isn't on your list is kind of crazy. Because you loved Eddington earlier on, and you love Park Chan-wook, who had your number 2, which maybe bumped up to number 1 in that year, Decision to Leave. So the fact that one of them isn't on your list is kind of crazy to me. And you didn't say that you missed No Other Choice, so that means it would have to be there, right? So I don't know. I think you gave Eddington 5 stars or something, if I'm remembering correctly. How could that not be your number 1?
It is No Other Choice.
Oh my God.
Eddington is number 11 on my list. It just barely got cut off.
What happened?
I really enjoyed it. I no longer think it's a number 5 film. I think I've just thought about it too much. I think I gave it a 4 or 4.5 when I watched it. I don't think I gave it a 5. If I did, I revoke it. It's definitely like a 4 at the highest.
I may have been misremembering.
Or a 4.5 at the highest. I really enjoyed Eddington. More so than I think more people.
It was a Begonia you gave a 5 to. I know. It was one of them. Some film this
Begonia
year
was definitely a 5. I absolutely give Begonia a 5. I give Begonia a 5. I give One Battle for Another 5. I give No Other Choice a 5. I give Sorry Baby a 5. And those are my 5s of the year. Those are my only 5s.
Okay, but yeah, No Other Choice. Yeah,
dude.
Given you had seen it, definitely has to be the front runner for.
Have you seen it?
Number 1. I did.
Oh my fucking God, dude. Let me tell you, I love Park Chan-wook. Let me tell you, I love Jesse Plemons, but number 1 Oscar snub of this year is Park Chan-wook. No Other Choice, not even nominated for Best International Feature.
I know.
He's never once. None of his movies ever once have been nominated at the Oscars. None of them. It is a travesty. We just had Bong Joon-ho not 7 years ago win a slew of awards for Korea, and it is devastating that Park Chan-wook does not get the same amount of love because Old Boy, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Decision to Leave, No Other Choice.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Joint Security Area. Incredible films. I've heard great things about The Handmaiden. Haven't seen it yet, but I've heard wonderful things about that. Thirst, I hear, is wonderful. I still need to see Lady Vengeance. He's just a beyond unique filmmaker. I mean, his films are they're not as bizarre. It's like you watch a Yorgos Lanthimos movie, it's bizarre, it's supernatural. You watch a Park Chan Wook movie, it takes place in real life, in reality. These are real people, and they're doing the most insane things to each other that you never thought would even be like fathomable. You would never even think to do these things. It is a brutal, brutal film. The entire sequence where the main character goes to kill the first guy with the gun and like the multiple gloves and they're just shouting at each other over the music is one of the best sequences of film I've ever seen in my life. It's incredible. The whole progression of the plot is incredible. Personally, as a guy who last year uh struggled very hard to make ends meet and was looking for a job, this movie hits really hard. As a guy who's been in some debt for the last couple of years, this movie hits really, really hard. Unfortunately, I watched it at a point where I had gotten a second job and was doing a little bit better financially. Had I watched this a few months earlier, this might be my favorite movie of the decade, bro. This would have
You
hit so
started
even harder.
holding flower pots over your head.
I would have started killing people.
Vicarious.
I would have started killing people and burying them in the ground. No, this movie is insane. The progression of events is crazy because I'm watching it. You're watching it. It takes him like an hour to kill the first person. He doesn't even kill him. Like the guy's wife kills him.
Mhm.
And I'm watching it. And I'm like, when I saw the trailer, I thought it was going to be. I was like hesitant because I was like, if he just goes around and kills a bunch of people, I feel like it's going to be kind of boring. But I was like, maybe it'll be him like just trying to muster up the nerve to do killing. And this is what it kind of turned out to be. You know, he spends a long time hunting down the first guy and pondering and thinking and questioning. And he has his own personal problems going on. He thinks his wife is cheating on him. His kids are disappointed in him because they have to give away the dogs. Like he has so many fucking problems in his life. His kids are acting. His son is like getting into trouble. And he does the first. He goes to do the first one. He's like, "Fuck it, I can't do this anymore. Like I can't live this life anymore." And he can't ultimately pull the trigger, but it still gets done anyway through a course of action. And he gets a little bit closer to his goal, and then things get harder for him and harder for him, and all of a sudden it becomes a lot easier for him to pull that trigger. And it's still a bit of a challenge to get past the second one. You know, it's still a bit of a challenge to pull that trigger, and he still does it. And then when he folds the guy up in the like arborist twine, dude, that shit is crazy. And the son sees him. Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude, this movie's so good. This movie's incredible. This movie's so crazy. And then the whole last bit where he goes and he hunts the guy down and he goes to his house and they are and he's like having a long conversation. He's getting him drunk. They're talking. He like gets a glimmer of hope of like maybe this guy will hire him just for a job, you know, not the job he necessarily wants, but like just beneath him, like a job.
Mhm.
And he's like, maybe I don't have to kill this guy. Maybe I can just get a job out of this, you know? And no,
That
he
was after
decides
he
to fully
started
commit.
poisoning him anyway, right? And he was already
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"I'm in too deep. I'm in too deep."
But I think he has that thought of like, I could pull back now and I could still get a job. Then he's like, I think he's too risk averse now. It's not worth the risk. And so he just kills him anyway. And he's FaceTiming his wife, and his wife knows what's happening because she found the other body. And he's like,
Mhm.
hey, don't worry about it. We're good now. We're good now. And then they just get the life that they wanted. And that's the end of the movie. He wins. He wins at the end of the movie. He gets away with it. These people all die. The police come up with some convoluted conspiracy to solve all of the murders that are linked together. And he completely gets away with it. And that's incredible. That he goes through such horrible lengths to get what he wants and he wins because that's what it takes. That's what it takes to win in this fucking society, bro. It's even more poignant than the ending of season 1 of Squid Game, bro. A lot of Korean cinema is about the inequalities that are happening in South Korea because it's devastating there, the poverty inequality.
Mhm.
But this movie, in conjunction with Parasite, I think the two of them just nail it so well in two very different ways. Oh my god, this movie is just fucking phenomenal. It is phenomenal. I love this film.
Passion comes through for sure.
Yeah, it's just so good.
So is that
All right.
2 years this decade that Park Chan Wook has crowned your top 10?
No,
You remember if on paper or after the fact you
after the
bumped
fact I
up or
changed
bumped
it.
down? So you bumped
Decision to
down
Leave was
Decision?
in the episode. Decision to Leave was my number one, and then almost immediately afterward, I was like, "No, I just can't." Because Everything Everywhere All at Once is just so good. It's just so good. So Everything Everywhere All at Once was my number one, and Decision to Leave was my number two. But Decision to Leave is really, really good. But it is nothing compared to No Other Choice. Oh my god, this movie is incredible.
Wow,
When they're sitting, after he first gets fired, and all the guys are sitting in the motivational meeting, and they're tapping onto their head saying that they just have to keep going and try harder and keep going and try harder and keep going and try harder. Just like you are not worthless. You did not get fired because you are worthless. You are strong and you will persevere through this. Keep trying, work harder. Keep trying, work harder. Just like
yeah.
tapping it into him. Oh my god, dude. It's just so good. He has the tooth pain the whole time. Oh my god, it's just so good.
So everything. So that year 2023, Everything Ever All at Once.
Yeah, Everything All at Once is my number one.
So bumped up to you. So that would be the first year that we had a unanimous number one.
There's no way.
And that would make 2025
no fucking
the
way.
Second year where I'm not.
God damn it! It's Hamnet, isn't it?
No, it is Materialists. No, I'm kidding. It is Hamnet.
Dude, I'm gonna get you twice in a row. You got me. I'm gonna kill your dumbass. I hate you so much.
If only this were a video podcast, because you're
God,
your utter delight. He was fist pumping in the air, and then the shock. I
wouldn't have been surprised because I was like, it's either Hamnet or No Other Choice. Because I would be surprised. I was a little surprised that one of them wouldn't make the top 10. I'm surprised No Other Choice didn't clear it. But hey, apparently Hamnet's pretty good, so I'm not surprised. Tell me about it. I haven't seen it.
Hamnet has to be on my number one. I cried twice.
Wow.
Twice.
Like hard? Like bawling?
No. I mean, let's not get crazy. But I was like, my cheeks.
Hey man, when I watched Memoir of a Snail, I was bawling my eyes out.
Yeah, I haven't had that experience yet. I mean, I don't know when that'll happen. Maybe I'll watch Memoir for Snail. But yeah, I was like consistently like a sustained cry where again I'm like wiping my cheek and then there's still it's still damp and then more is still coming onto it. I'm like, this is insane. I mean, I'm already a sucker for Shakespearean stuff, as you know. Also Shakespeare for Hamlet and Hamlet-esque related things.
Yeah.
See Lion King and all that. But this isn't so much about Hamlet as it is about William Shakespeare and Agnes, his wife, the fictionalized version of his wife in this adaptation, where they go through a horrible event that will inspire some parts of Hamlet. And so you know the premise, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and say it, just so.
Hamnet is their son and he dies.
There we go.
Okay.
So it's kind of baked in, to like the premise there. But still, if somehow that escaped you, I didn't want to be the one to break the bad news that Shakespeare's son died.
He what?
Sorry for your loss. But yeah, so that's what you're getting into. So it's going to be a heavy film. It's going to be intense. Again, Jessie Buckley has been cleaning up all the awards for good reason because, my God, she lays it all out there. Like the expression of pure human pain in this is just unrivaled. It is so intense. And then Paul Mescal, also incredible. I can't believe he's not in the best 5 for the leading actor. That's insane.
Wasn't he going for supporting?
And even then, I can't believe he's not in the best 5.
Supporting was also a stacked cast. Stacked year.
He should have gone for lead because he was the lead, but he went for supporting, and they didn't get him supporting, which is crazy to me. Like that, I can't believe that because he was fantastic. Also, low key in supporting actor, maybe they should have put Jacoby Jupe, who's the kid that plays Hamnet.
He's good.
Phenomenal. Really? Phenomenal child performance. Like probably the best.
He related to Noah Jupe?
And Noah Jupe, yeah, who's in this film.
What? That's crazy.
He is.
Good for them. The Jupe brothers.
Good. Yeah. but it's going to be hard to talk about some elements of this film because you haven't seen it. And I want you to be able to
Yeah, don't
experience
spoil it. Do you want
the
me to take? I can take my headphones off, and you can
the
just
emotional
pop off.
catharsis. Yeah, you might have to do that.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
first,
Okay, tell me when to pop off.
let me just give you some of the stuff. But again, so the performances across the board are incredible. And then I love, which happens early on in the film, you get this insight into this connection between Agnes and Will,
Mhm.
right? Like they have their first meeting. But I just love the way that they frame this because we obviously know William Shakespeare, right? Greatest playwright of all time.
Of course.
So he's so invested in story, right? And we're thinking up in his head, right? Imagination and knowledge and all that stuff. Agnes, the way they portray her, the way she's kind of admonished by the people in the town is that she's like a witch. She's like a forest witch because she has this really strong, powerful connection to nature. She's out there with herbs and whatnot. She's got basically like a pet hawk or falcon or whatever she's able to call at whim. Great connection with the birds and the animals around her and all that stuff. So she just has this great natural sort of spiritual connection with the earth around her. And so I just love the way that there's a pairing between the two of them. Like they instantly are gravitating towards each other, even though on the surface it's like, okay, he should be, in a stuffy attic, not seeing nature at all, right? And then she should be far away from some dude that loves to spout poems and whatnot, right? And she'd want to just be more vibing with the earth. But because they both have this strong desire for and understanding of and belief in like this great connection and fascination that humans have with observation, which is found like mostly in the nature stuff, and then also creation, right? The creativity that Shakespeare is able to bring to it all. Like all that stuff you can find in storytelling, observation and creation, and then you can find observation and creation in nature, right? And so it's like they're able to intertwine kind of perfectly. And I love that. And that's really not what the film is about, but just their initial romance and their connection to each other in kind of an unspoken way. Like it's just sort of the opposites attract that we see unfold there, I think is beautiful. There's also, I think the writing in this, again, PTA is going to win for adapted screenplay, kind of as they should, but a lot of that film was kind of them on the fly, which is, again, a testament to how amazing those filmmakers are. But you've heard the story, right, of Benicio coming in and saying, like, here's this vision I have for the character, and then they
Mhm.
adapted to it,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. But that wasn't on the page. What is on the page in this adaptation is just a lot of really smart, effective writing choices and callbacks. I don't know what you know about Greek mythology, but the story of Eurydice, where
Yeah.
her and I forget because I don't have great Greek mythology. Her and whatever partner, she gets brought down into uh, Hades, hell,
Yeah.
whatever it is, and then is coming back up, and the whole promise there of like, oh, if you look back at her, right,
Yeah. It's Hades Town.
she's
It's
gone
the
for
plot to
good.
Hades Town.
Oh, really? Okay, I haven't seen that. I got to catch
Yeah.
up on my
Your Broadway.
the musical, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so that is a little motif that carries on through the film at a couple of different compelling points. I talked about how she's able to like call the bird and everything. There's one moment where I forget what they were doing, but as a way of just helping Hamnet through like his first exposure to grief, she conveys this
Yeah,
like
I got it.
thing.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
No.
Go ahead. No, keep going.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it.
Anyway, the first exposure to grief. I mean, I had nothing to do with it, but anyway, she's able to teach him this little call they do to the birds, able to just refocus his energy, right? And that obviously comes around later. So Dylan is not listening. I can mention that, but obviously it comes around when we see Hamnet is the one that we are grieving for. The twin stuff. This one definitely he would have to take out his earphones for because that is just brilliant. The fact that we see them playing Hamnet and his twin, and they put on each other's dress and speak like each other, and then try and fool the father, who obviously knows what's going on, but then they play along. And then he does that for death itself to try and save his sick and dying sister. That is just the most gutting, heart wrenching thing I've ever seen. It's like such a beautiful moment, and obviously that ties into the brave moment, promising the father that he will be brave. God, that is just so like imagine that, like a child having that wherewithal, that selflessness to be able to put on that brave face and try and take down death, like be the one to sacrifice himself for somebody else. Ah, it's just so powerful. It's so beautiful. So all of that is incredible. Um, just moments like that scattered throughout the film that are just so amazing. And then since his earphones are off, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the big stuff. Obviously, the death that happens, gut wrenching. The tears were flowing there. Just the thought, especially of William Shakespeare coming back, believing that he's racing home in order to see his sick daughter, hopefully not before her death, be able to be there to help support her, help her heal, and all that stuff. Sees her when he walks into the house, obviously elated. It is incredible. You know, she's great. And then he sees a dead body. And we just know, we're just waiting for the revelation to wash over his face. It's so brutal. It is so brutal. Devastating. So that stuff is incredible. And then the ending. Oh my God. I wish Dylan had seen it so he would be able to be here with me and look at it. I don't know if it'll hit for him, but obviously, you know, that type of stuff. It's, for me, what a beautiful ending. Having Noah Jupe, the real life brother of Jacoby Jupe, play Hamlet with the blonde hair. We see him out there, you know, doing the sword fights and everything. So it's tying into the younger Hamlet saying that he wants to be one of the players in Shakespeare's plays. And then we get to see that final soliloquy where it is Hamlet essentially announcing his death in pain, you know, in the play, I guess. Everyone else has left the stage. And so there he is with the audience. And then Agnes reaches out for him. He is stunned by this, obviously, since you're not supposed to do that. Totally breaks decorum, of course, but she is there seeing somebody in pain, somebody who looks like her son, somebody who's reaching out for connection. And she is the one that reaches out. It is so beautiful. Again, that whole final act with the play is just beautiful. So, breaking the fourth wall, or reaching out, the math catharsis that everybody in that theater, everyone reaches out. Everyone joins together to help hold him up in that final moment, to support him, to share the healing. Oh, it is so beautiful. And then obviously with it, that allows Agnes to see that Shakespeare has been, you know, grieving as well in his own way. Like, it is just stunning. It is beautiful. So that brought me to tears as well. So yeah, all of that was fantastic. So I just talked through both of the moments that brought me to tears.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the great way this film is able to handle its themes, which, as you know, again, that is my bread and butter, having strong characters and strong themes. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that it works for you. But I don't know if this is a film that can get like overhyped. It's just like in your viewing experience, does it resonate with you? Like, will you be on the same emotional wavelength as the characters? If so, then I think it'll hit like crazy. It did for me. If not, then I think you'll still be able to be impressed by, you know, the filmmaking on display and the performances, of course. But it may just not pierce your heart in that same way. So I'm hoping, I'm praying, when you do finally get to see this, that it also creates such a strong emotional reaction. But yeah, for me, this is what you go to the movies for, right? To have this incredible, transportive, emotional response to the human condition. And yeah, Shakespeare has brought us that many times over. And then this, you know, kind of fictionalized story of him and his wife grieving the death of one of their one of their children. Like, it's amazing that we were able to have that given to us as well, and showcase the beauty of art and connection and grief and processing grief. And so Hamnet is my number one film of 2025.
Nice. Those are our top 10s. I mean, once again, very diverse selection between the two of us. We definitely have somewhat similar tastes, but still somewhat unique. Only a little crossover.
Count down. Well, let's do our honorable mentions and then we'll count down our top 10. So
yeah, sure.
You have any ones you wanted to shout out?
Eddington and Sinners were my 11 and 12. Definitely deserved a decent shout out. Wallace and Gromit, The Great Return. That was the first movie I saw of the year, and it was my number one for a good minute until I saw Sinners. And The Phoenician Scheme. I have to shout out Wes Anderson. It wasn't my favorite of his, but I liked the
Good.
ending. I thought the ending was poignant for what the film was. And also Michael Cera, fantastic. Absolutely incredible. It's amazing that he hasn't been in a Wes Anderson film sooner. He is amazing in this. And then shout out to some comedies coming back. One of them days, Friendship, The Naked Gun. We had some really good comedies last year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, none of them made my top 10, but they were really, really funny, and I had a really good time with them.
There you go. All right, I will give some honorable mentions to One of Them Days as well.
Hell yeah.
Great comedy. Love that
really
one.
Really good.
F1.
I guess.
Of, again, the more, generic out there blockbusters. That one I thought was really solid. Enjoyed a lot. Predator Badlands. Also.
Okay.
One of these blockbusters. I thought that was quite solid. Very good direction that franchise is headed in. Also give a shout out to Companion and Novocaine.
Huh.
Jack Quaid films is in each of these. But I thought they were really solid comedy / action, almost thriller-ish films that I wish we get more of. I wish those had done way, way better. Because they're original, they're fresh, got some great ideas, some good twists in there. So definitely enjoyed that. I'll give a shout out to No Other Choice, of course. I do want to talk with you about it, off air some of the time to pick your brain, parse through some elements of the film, get a different perspective on it. Another film that I wasn't able to watch was Train Dreams. So I do want to see that at some point. And then another honorable mention, Eternity. Miles Teller.
Really?
Elizabeth Olsen. Callum Turner.
Really?
Yeah.
I just watched that 2 nights ago.
And your thoughts?
Not good.
I think it's very rough around the edges in certain places. But I thought the performances were fun.
I thought Miles Teller was good. And I thought Elizabeth Olsen was good. I did not think Callum Turner was very good. And I don't really understand what the message is supposed to be.
Okay.
Also, I did not think it was very romantic. And I did not think it was very funny. So for a rom-com, kind of fell apart for me. Aesthetically, I thought it was cool. I think the aesthetics were cool. The world building, not as solid.
Yeah, world building, not great. But again, I thought the chemistry from the main trio, I thought was solid. And I liked that.
No, I think Callum Turner was a weak link.
Really interesting. I didn't think so. I thought it was interesting that each of them had, because you could go into it. I mean, you could kind of see where it was going to land, but that neither of them were like obviously the total schmuck worst guy that was never going to have a chance. Like at least there was a compelling enough case that she might go for either one of them, or, which I like that they played to as well, that she might skip out on both of them and just choose herself.
Once again, I think that should have been. This is the second movie that came out last year where I think that's the answer that they didn't go with. She should just be on her own and be independent. And Materialist was the other one. Why the fuck did she pick one of them when they both kind of suck? Why?
You
could have spent eternity in Paris with what's her name, just do whatever the fuck you want.
You do another. We never did our Materialist episode. We never really get around to it. We should maybe do that. We should watch that again together, Materialists.
I'm down.
And do a hot recording right after that.
I'll do it.
You wanna do an in-person recording? There you go.
I'll do it.
Greta Lee is who will do our in-person.
Once I move into my new place, that can be the first movie night. We'll run it.
Clean song. So would have been better if Greta Lee were in it as a star. That's my hot take for Materialists. And so yeah, I think those are all my honorable mentions. I thought it was fun enough. There enough. But let's go through our
on my list of movies from last year. Ranking towards the bottom, Materialist is down towards the bottom, and the very next one above it is Eternity. I liked it slightly more than Materialists.
So what's your list? It's Minecraft, Materialists, and then
it's Minecraft, The Electric State, Lilo and Stitch, Spinal Tap 2, Thunderbolts, Materialist, Eternity.
Wow. Maybe we should do a double pairing on both of those. See what's going on. Okay. So your top 10. Go ahead and run through it. What were your selections?
They were, starting at number 10, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Train Dreams, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, Twinless, Marty Supreme, Sorry Baby, Begonia, One Battle After Another, and No Other Choice.
All right, mine, starting from 10, was Sovereign, 9, Marty Supreme, 8, After the Hunt, 7, Sinners, 6, Twinless, 5, Warfare, 4, Resurrection, 3, Nijat 2, 2, One Battle After Another, and 1, Hamnet. So how many shared films did we have? Marty Supreme and Twinless, and that was it?
And One Battle After Another.
And one after, of course, yeah.
And that's it.
Wow.
Because you haven't seen Sentimental Value, and I haven't seen Hamnet. And for whatever reason, you didn't like Begonia, Sorry Baby, or No Other Choice enough, which is crazy. Crazy to me. And I haven't seen Resurrection or Nijat 2. Or Warfare. Or Sovereign. I haven't seen a lot of the ones you picked.
So that's a little...
I did see Sinners. Sinners was a little bit lower for me.
But okay. So saw the list as always. We have a pretty diverse selection.
I like my list more this year than last year. Which is crazy because I watched more movies last year. So I think definitely a step up this year. I think good year. Good year. Good year for movies.
I agree. Well, all right. So that was fun. We'll do our update after the Oscars.
Yeah.
Once we can see if anything shifts around.
That is all the time we have. If you'd like to give your thoughts on the show, you can email us at theboxofficeshowpod@gmail.com.
Our main title theme for the show is Sundown by Joseph McDade.
If you like the show, please give us 5 stars, whatever podcast app you're listening to, and be sure to tune in next week. Have a great week.